Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Show. Well, this time I'm going to review my War Gear. Version 1, I called it Black Assassin. Well, basically a War Gear is a machine in Minecraft that has a few TNT cannons and dispensers with fire charges or arrows. And well, usually you take two of them, put them in front of each other 50 blocks away, and well, then they start fighting. The problem with this thing is that it is pretty complex with redstone, and it has about 8 TNT cannons. That means 4 shotguns with 4 projectiles and 4 little cannons with just 1 projectile, and 20 dispensers with fire charges. And well, the problem with this War Gear is basically that it's pretty big, so that is a problem when a other War Gear, a small War Gear, shoots you. You have very much space where it can meet you. So that is one problem. But well, I think let's have a look at the inside of that. Well, here we go, and here is our entrance. This thing is in German, so I will make a download map in English, but now it is in German, so we head on through this pressure plate and then it will open and close. So we can see here we can head in our War Gear, climb up the ladder, and well, here we have a button where we can close the door up so that nobody can enter our War Gear until it steps on the pressure plate. So we just walk here until we get to the other ladders right here, and then we can climb up. So here we have at first something like a watch over where you can watch the other War Gear. The problem is that this thing has just 2 things of glass, so two rows of glass, so if a TNT comes and explodes, it's possible to get in here. So that is not so good. For this I've got 2 other watchovers, and these 2 other watchovers are at the end of this line here, or this, I don't know the word. So here we go, and here we have iron. This is because we have something like fire mode. When you activate the fire mode, the iron gets retracted and we can see through. The same is with the TNT cannons. So if we just head on our shotgun 4, we can see that it's loaded, and if we get away this 2 TNT, we can see that right here we are just having a little bit of a mess because right there is a wall. But if we activate the fire mode, this wall gets retracted, so we can fire. So when we now go a little bit higher, we can see a room where we can change the delay of our cannon. So now it's shooting exactly 50 blocks, and if we get to the very top, we can see some small cannons with just 1 TNT, and again with this wall right here. The same thing is with these ones here. So here we got it, nice and easy. Then, well, we'll just head on back to the main thing right here, and we'll go to the bridge, to the control room where we can control everything. This is just this iron thing here, then climb the ladder, and here we are. At first I've got to explain something. This sign here is written in German. It says, warning, before you shoot, activate the fire mode. So we'll have to activate the fire mode with this lever here. Then the wall in front of the cannons gets retracted, and we can fire our things. The next one is that we can turn on our lights. So if we just flick this lever, these lights in the front of the War Gear will go on. Then we can close up our door. This means if we flick this lever, the door gets locked and nobody can enter the door, even if he steps on the pressure plate. Nobody can open it until we flick this lever again. Then we've got here the lever for the dispensers. So with this lever, when we activate it, we get a little bit sound buggy because we're firing 20 fire charges at a time. Every dispenser is on a comparator clock with a 64 stack of fire charges, so that's pretty a laggy thing. Well, then we got here some alarms. These alarms are very important because if a TNT hits the War Gear, we can see where the TNT hit the War Gear. So right here we are having an alarm at the very right side. So if you get hit on the right side, we will get this alarm here. Here we have an alarm on the middle of the right side. So if you get on the right side hit, but in the middle of the right side, this alarm will go on. And if we get hit in the middle, a little bit right of the middle, this alarm will turn on. The same is here, but left, so a little bit left from the middle. When we get hit there, the alarm will turn on. If we get here, so if we get hit here, the alarm will turn on, but in the middle of the left side. And here at the very left side of our War Gear, the alarm will turn on if this side gets hit. So right now I'm going to activate the fire mode, and then here are a few things we can do. At first we can fire every cannon from the bridge. You can hear it. That were the two small cannons and that were the two shotguns. So if you now went down or get back down here and walk into one of our shotguns, we can see I fired the second one and the first one. You can see they are now empty. We'll have to reload them. So if one shotgun gets blown up, there's another good thing about this, because it does not do any damage to the other ones. That means if this cannon gets exploded because a TNT hits it, this cannon, and this cannon still work. So we can also fire the cannons manually. So just take some TNT, hit the button again, hit the button, and we can see kaboom, and we shoot. This is exactly of 50 blocks, so this is where the War Gears are. You can change the delay to make it a little bit farther away, so we can get the war. So if we go through the, so if we hit the War Gear and the War Gear is away, also about 60 blocks away, we can still hit them by changing the delay right here. Then we got one thing to do. This is firing the upper cannons manually, so just hit this button, get some TNT, and then we can just simply reload them. This thing here is also on a 50 block wide thing, and here we can hear an alarm. I don't know what happened to the War Gear, but well, there is an alarm going off. So if we now head onto the bridge, or the commander central, I don't know how to call this thing. If we head up, we can see that these two alarms are online. So there was a problem with this. I don't know what, but now let's just activate the dispensers for the finish. So we can hear now there is a little bit of sound bug. If we just get onto our watchover, you can see lots of fire charges. This is all of the dispensers firing, and there we can see the alarm is going off because a cannon exploded. This here is the small cannon number 3. It exploded, it blew up, and the problem with these cannons is that they are a little bit unstable. So if you fire 10 times, it's possible that at the 11th time the cannon explodes. That happens very sometimes, and we can hear the alarm going off. So here, if you have a look at the technique behind this thing, it's quite a lot, and here we are having the alarm. So let's just reset this. This annoying sound is annoying. Here we have the alarm. Here we can see there are still the dispensers firing, and so here is our clock. We'll just have to put the torch underneath this, and it's fucking water. So put the torch underneath this one, and torch underneath one right here, and this thing will work. So now the alarm should be off. I don't care. So well, that was not planned. Just had to make it out on the unusual way. And well, I don't know what to do now. Well, we can see, as we see, the alarm is working perfectly and fine, so that should not be a problem. The only problem is that these cannons are a little bit unstable, so yeah, that is the only thing that is bad about this War Gear. And sometimes it is possible that the door gets a little bit buggy. There is just a problem with the redstone power block and the piston. There's a bad inside, and this sometimes crashes. But well, it's working nearly perfectly, and I just have to do one more thing, and this is say goodbye to you guys. And well, I hope you enjoyed this video. The only thing that is bad on this video is that the cannon number 3 exploded. Well, there will also be a download link in the description with an English War Gear where everything is English, written on English. So, well, I say goodbye and feel free to subscribe.